Hey, I am Mark Greenstein, and you're seeing me, quarantined in what looks like an old age home. Well, this is appropriate because I want to discuss pensions. It's an argument for Connecticut abolishing state pensions going forward, and I hope any candidate for treasurer or comptroller will use this argument going forward. Pensions are a relic. They are a relic from over a century ago. It was in the late 1800s that Britain, Germany, and the United States developed pensions as a way to make employees feel secure in their old age. Now, back then, old age was on average about 61 years old. And only in the event that you were living to age 75 and older would an average workman feel, well, a pension was even needed. These days, pensions are not needed because there is a such thing as Social Security that you've been building up. There are mutual funds that most people have a share in investing in. The one lifeline that pension provided back in the day is no longer necessary. How do you invest the savings that you build up without a pension? Well, that too has gotten really easy because there are an abundance of advisors. There are an abundance of no-look funds where an index is what your funds follow, and the appreciation in an index gives you a return without you even thinking about it. Those who want to think about it, they are ones who can follow markets, invest adroitly. They're going to beat the pension returns. And I believe they should have the option to do that with money that is paid up front as part of a better salary. Good workers should be paid more, but not expect a pension. With that more, they can invest conservatively if they want to, more aggressively if they want to do that as well. Why tie it to only the funding that a few state officials do, which generally is conservative and doesn't yield a really big stash in the end? Let good workers choose. Now, for workers and retirees, we should consider a buyout offer so that they're not stuck with the low level return that they're getting and have the chance to get a bigger return. Or maybe use the money now for something important to them. That might be a second home. That might be so that they could start a business. That might be a neat vacation that they never felt able to take because they were just getting a consistent check and had no big savings. Well, here comes a buyout opportunity. And a buyout would mean a benefit to the state because we will pay less than what's on the books that we have to pay out for the pensioners' full lifetimes. Some will stick with it. I think most older pensioners will want to keep it. But I think a majority of those who are 55 and under would rather say, yeah, I'll take money now. You owe me $100,000 over the next 30 years, but I might not be around to take advantage of them. How about 50,000 now, lump sum? Look what it does for Connecticut. It gets a big liability off our books, and it gets the continuing liability at a cheaper rate because we are only gaining 3, maybe 4% on our money. Inflation is causing our future expenses to pay out under cost of living adjusted pensions at 10, 12, who knows, maybe 15% because inflation has been going up that drastically. Save 15%, even save 8%, and pay out 4%. It's a good deal for the state. With zero pension, we are going to get more talented workers on both ends. If Connecticut is the only or one of the few states that has higher salaries for talented people, a lot of those people are going to come here. Also, we have a perverse system for experienced workers who are nearing a retirement age because their benefit of still working and not taking a pension once you reach, say, 58, 59 years old, a lot of them realize they're only earning $4 or $5 an hour more. So just take the pension, leave employment, and take another job. So the state loses some of its most experienced, talented workers because of a perverse pension system. Let's be straight on. Pay for when you're working. Don't pay for when people are done working. A buyout option might be market-based. Maybe there is a higher level of pay that we will do initially, or if the demand is low. But if the demand for these pensions is buyouts is high, then Connecticut wouldn't have to pay so much. Perhaps it's skewed towards people who are still in Connecticut. Pay more for staying in the state and spending your money here. Pay less if you've moved out and are now in the Carolinas or Florida. Maybe it's even based on the risk that you pose, financial risk, to the state. That this is a little on the intrusive side, but at least consider it. Statistics that are publicly available about your healthiness. And those who have been treated for emphysema and hospitalized multiple times with other ailments, maybe you don't pay out as much because they're not going to be on the books quite as long as somebody who has stayed very healthy. And that person who expects to live to 95 probably needs a higher buyout to forego her pension. Let them decide. Let the market decide. The state is a beneficiary either way.